Welcome back to another episode of Real Talk about real estate, real stuff, real things. Really, really, really good.
With a couple of realtors.
Uh-huh.
Today we're going to talk about 5 must-dos to save for your first home. So we know we need about 3% down for your down payment, and you need about $10,000 to $12,000 for your closing costs. So how do we get there? That's the big question.
Yeah, so let's see. And exactly what is that? That's going to be like
$30,000.
$30,000 to $40,000.
Yeah, to get into your first home in our area.
All you need to do is ask your parents for money. End of the podcast. Just kidding.
Gift funds,
right?
Inheritance.
That is one way you could do it.
Early
but
inheritance.
We're really talking about ways that you can save. And these tips are not just for people that, this is actually good for everybody.
This is good for everybody. Like if you're trying to save for anything or if you're trying to pay off debt,
yes,
this is going to be good advice too.
So topic number 1 is or suggestion number 1 is auto savings.
Yep. Every single time you get a check, have it so that way your bank is automatically transferring X amount of money into a savings account. You still have access to it should you really need it, but it feels different. Like I have a savings account for travel. I have a savings account for my car. Like just having those separated out makes it feel like when you go to use it, that you're not actually using your money.
Right. And then you're also pleasantly surprised when you see how much you have.
Yes. And piggybacking on that, if you're able to open a high yield savings account, if you're 2 or 3 years away from buying your first home and you are working on saving for a down payment, I would have that auto transfer into a high yield savings account. I used to have Ally, ALLY for mine, and that's going to give you a larger return on interest than just like your Bank of America.
And so what you do is like if you get auto pay into your account from your employer, on the 1st and the 15th, on the 4th and the, 17th, something like that, have that money automatically go into a savings account.
Yep.
And then you don't even know it's there.
Yeah. It's in and it's out. Well, that's what we do with our taxes, right? Because we don't have taxes taken out of our commission. So automatically 20% is going in another account. And it's just like, we never had that money.
Nope.
And we don't.
We never had it. Okay. So I have down the envelope system, and I know you've actually done that.
Yes. So my husband and I, when we were paying off student loan debt, were hardcore on the cash envelope system. And I actually have like a more in-depth how-to on my TikTok if anyone's interested in seeing that. But it's basically you have different envelopes and there's different ways you can do it, but there's each envelope has a certain amount of money in it, and it's up to you to determine how much you need for that. It's obviously supposed to be more conservative, but you want to go look in your budget from the last couple of months and kind of average out what your spending is, and also you want to see what you can cut out also while you're doing that. We'll get to that. But you have different topics or different categories of spending. And then the trick for this is, I think you and I, we talked about, we buy so much online. Like most of my shopping is online, whether it's clothes or Amazon for like basics. So I had an online spending envelope. So if I have like a miscellaneous and an online spending, so like one of my categories was miscellaneous, and that went towards like toiletries and Target stuff. So if I bought that on Amazon, I would take the money from the miscellaneous category, put it in the online spending, so that way I still knew how much was going out. And then at the end of the month, whatever was an online spending, I would just redistribute it to the categories again, and just subtract it from the total I needed to pull out of my bank account in cash, if that makes sense.
It does.
So I think that's a good trick. Dave Ramsey doesn't talk. This is a Dave Ramsey thing, the cash envelope. I don't think he talks about that, which it's time for like a little revamp.
You mean the Amazon?
He doesn't talk about how to deal if you're doing online.
So you just go like at the beginning of the month, okay, I'm going to put $300 in the grocery store envelope.
Yeah, more than that, but yeah.
Okay.
For groceries, yeah. It's more like, I don't even want to say how much I spend on groceries because we buy high quality meat and that's expensive. But
yes, but that kind of
everyone's different.
Into one, I'm going to skip around then to segue into another category, and that's like stop eating out and buying a bunch of Starbucks.
Yeah.
And paying a lot of money for stuff like that. I mean, a treat every once in a while, but I actually had been eating lunch out every single day, Monday through Friday. I mean, now that was like $10 a day. Now it's like 15.
It's more like 15 to 20 a day.
To 20 a day. That's a lot of money.
Plus your dinner. Like you're still spending money on groceries, and then you're also spending money on eating out every day.
Right. You're still going to be saving a lot buying high quality meat rather than
You are
buying it.
And then you have leftovers, and it's no, like, this is no secret, right? Obviously we know it's cheaper to eat in than to eat out. And so the trick is to meal plan for that, which is hard. Like, you need to sit down on Sunday and figure out what you're going to eat that week and what are your groceries, and then go grocery shopping.
Right.
So it's
and
more
you do
work.
that, right?
We do it. Yeah. And it's nice to save the money, of course, but it's more just for like peace of mind, because I hate going home and saying, okay, what are we doing for dinner tonight?
Yeah.
Like, I like it all figured out.
You're
and especially
so
if you
funny.
have kids.
Yeah. Good for you. Most
Thanks.
of us can't be that way. So if you aren't as perfect as Kelsey, it's
Well,
okay.
big credit to Dylan because he cooks.
I know, but you're the planner.
I do
so,
plan.
Yeah.
And we both plan
That's
together.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, stop eating out. And it's also healthier for you to eat out.
Yeah. So true.
I mean, you can eat out, just don't eat out all the time.
We just do we have once a week that we eat out, like one dinner a week we eat out. And then I do eat lunches out more often than Dylan does, but you can budget for that if you want to. You just need to cut somewhere else, maybe, if that's important to you. Like, maybe don't buy clothes every month or whatever if eating out's more important to you.
You don't need to be dressed.
No, I haven't bought clothes in months.
Okay, so next topic, let's go with do not use your credit card and pay off your credit card. So put that in one category. I mean,
well, it kind of goes along with the cash. It's like, you're right. And this time in your life, you need to be using cash and not using your credit card.
No.
Because it gets ahead of you.
It does. And then you can't pay that big bill and you weren't paying attention. Like we were just talking about how we thought we're paying, maybe spending so much on Amazon, and really it's like double what we thought it was. So you just turn around and go, uh-oh. And then the interest rates are usually really high on those cards.
20%. So. And if you are using it, it's a lot harder to track your spending in general, because you're not watching your bank account go like this.
Well, and same with the envelope system and using your ATM debit card. I mean, you just never look at your bank account unless you think, uh-oh, I'm getting low. Do I have enough money for this?
Yeah.
But yeah,
exactly.
It's just out of sight, out of mind. Paying cash, old school, very old school. The checker might look at you and go, what are you giving me right now?
Yeah.
But
it's very tangible, and you're watching it leave.
Yes.
And then when a category is out, it's out. And that's the trick, is you actually know what you spent and you know to stop. Is your dog being crazy?
Yeah, we have a guest in the studio today, and she just keeps staring at Courtney, wagging her tail and smiling.
She wants all the pets.
Ginger Laffins is in the house.
Yes, she is.
Okay.
So yeah, anyways, spend your cash. And then obviously if you're using the system to pay off debt, don't use a credit card, because then you're creating debt. So
right.
That's
so,
just a
and
given.
then if you do have credit card debt, there's Dave Ramsey has a whole thing on that too. You start with the smallest balance. Like let's say you have 3 or 4 credit cards. One of them's got a $500 balance. The other one's got a $3,000. The third one has a $10,000. Start with the first one.
Get that win under your belt.
Get it. Yes. You feel successful. Pay that off and then go to the next one and then pay that off and maybe use what you were paying on the first one. If it was $50 a month, now apply that to the second one. So you're paying an additional $50 to what you were paying. Try not to pay the minimum payment.
Exactly. That was good.
All right, next one. Oh, get rid of subscriptions and things like that. I think you were saying go through your bank statement.
Go through your bank statements.
And look at all those Hulu's accounts and things like that you forgot about.
Yes.
I haven't watched Hulu. I only watch it for one show. So when I watch it, I binge it, and then it's done.
You should cancel it and you can just log into mine.
or just do it again. Just when the show comes back out a year later.
Yeah.
Get it again.
It's
so dumb to do that. I need to go in and get rid of Hulu. But just random stuff. Like you said, printing out or looking at your bank statement and seeing what you can cut out.
I think that's one of the things that people don't think about doing, is actually taking the time to look at where they're spending. It's kind of painful. It kind of sucks. But I will go through and look at each line item for the last, when I started the cash envelope system, I needed, we talked about, needed to see what I was spending on stuff, so I knew what to budget for. And so I went through 3 months, line by line. It took me an hour and a half and figured out, I added everything up. I needed to figure out exactly what I was spending in each category I had, and then what could I cut. And there was definitely I was how am I spending that much in groceries? I had no idea. But we were shopping conveniently at the store right here next to our house, which is more expensive than the one down the street. And, so just things like that. So went through, when you're doing that, see where you can cut, see what subscriptions you can cut out. If it's a luxury, you need to get rid of it for a little bit when you're doing this. It's not a forever thing. It's temporary, but like I've even cut out some luxuries because the market has shifted, and I'm like, well, I don't need to get my nails done every month. I'm tired of going. I don't even really like it anymore. Let's cut that out. Like little things like that are good to get. And then all those subscriptions that you don't even realize.
Just don't get rid of Netflix.
Well, you can't. I'm going to have to start. I'm on my parents still, and now they're not going to allow that anymore. And so you're going to have to get your own
I'm
Netflix
good
account.
for Netflix. This is like,
I know.
you can't
You
have
can't
a
get rid
free
of all
ride
of
in this
them.
world. Sorry. But anyways, okay.
$10 a month. Come on. I can have that.
$10 a month times hundreds of thousands of people is a lot of money.
Yes. Netflix is losing money.
Yeah.
So anyways, go through your last month's spending, figure out where you can cut, and then also figure out your budget, and then roll that into the cash envelope system. And also I went to the dollar store to get, I got envelopes, like cute ones or whatever. And then I also got like a little file folder, like a mini file folder. I don't even know what it's for. I think index cards.
God, it's so old school.
I know.
That's cute.
It's really cute.
And how long did you do that for?
You know, we only did it for like, I think we paid it off in 10 months. So it was less than a year that we needed to do that. And we got real strict. Really
and it goes
strict.
by so fast.
Went by
really
really
if you
fast.
just look at a year ago from now, how fast that's gone by. So it's like being on like a cleanse or the Whole30. It's over in 30 days. Just get her done.
Just get her done. And another big Dave Ramsey thing is while you're doing this, get your cheerleaders. Like tell somebody that you're doing it, and so that way they can encourage you to keep going and cheering you on and like being happy for you when it happens. And then listen to the Dave Ramsey podcast, because man, that's motivating.
It is. I think he's great. But you know what though? You also give yourself some nights out, like when you pay off a credit card or something, like go celebrate. Yeah, go do something fun. Yeah. And it's not to say you can't like have fun. Just watch it. I'm gonna take some of our advice.
I am too.
Okay.
And it's funny though, because like when we did have some of those wins, I didn't want to go spend $100 on dinner to celebrate. I was like, no. We're going to keep, like, I wanted to put that towards debt. So you get in that momentum, you get rolling, and you're like, nope, I'm not spending that.
No, that's good. I mean, it takes a certain personality to do that, to be that strict. I mean, so we're all different.
We're all different.
But if you could even do, half of these things or a couple of these things or all of these things, I think you're going to be in a better position.
Yep. So keep going till you can pay down your debt and save up for your down payment closing costs, and then call us.
Alrighty.
See you on the next one.